Mr. St. Marie.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your patience today and answering all our questions. I know we've been talking quite a bit about the state of our economy today moving forward. I want to talk a little bit about our competitive climate since it's come up a little bit. Can you talk a little bit about the investment climate in Canada today? So foreign direct investment and then business investment in general. If you could just tell me the state of both of those.
I mean, it is kind of a longer storyline, and I think you just look at investment levels in the Canadian economy in let's just say, kind of the early 2010s when oil prices were riding near $100 a barrel of oil. There was a lot of capital inflows into the Canadian economy, really concentrated in the energy sector, and bam, there's a global energy price shock, and there was a huge deceleration in energy sector investment. So you were coming off some pretty steep highs there in the early 2010s, and to a point where there was just a massive contraction. So over the last 4 or 5 years or so, it's been a real game to recover those lost investment flows, and it's been very challenging. I think in the energy sector, I think any people that you would invite to this committee that would have a commentary about what's going on in Western Canada would suggest that it's been very difficult to regain those lost flows and just get back to level. In the non-energy sector, there's been a little bit more encouraging momentum. So outside of the energy sector, in particular in services-based economies, service companies in Canada investing in high tech and that productivity enhancing machinery and equipment, and then non-energy sector, so kind of factory sector. Also, where we've seen encouraging signs of growth over the last couple of years and in the last couple of quarters. That being said, it hasn't been off the charts record growth either. And so anything, governments can do, and, this government has put in place incentives like they did last fall to accelerate capital write-offs, to encourage business investment, encourage foreign direct investment inflows is hugely important. And that's kind of where, that's our advice to the government. I think that's where the government's policy approach is.
Okay. Well, first, thank you very much for the excellent context and reminder about that, because I think it's important and also helpful to know that we've put a number of measures in place that's been helpful. Right now, running through the House of Commons is the updated, we call it CUSMA, or I call it NAFTA 2. I know that we've signed a number of trade agreements, so in addition to what's going through the House right now, what's the importance of those agreements on our competitiveness?
I think, hugely important. Access to these growing, large global marketplaces is huge for Canadian exporters and Canadian exporters across the board. So again, energy sector, non-energy sector, and our services economies, service sectors, I should say. So yeah, and again, previous governments and this government have made important investments in things that would support Canadian companies getting access, or actually installing in these foreign markets and exporting to these foreign markets through enhancements to trade commissioner services, concierge services, through organizations like Export Development Canada. Anything we can do to help Canadian companies grow and grow their business outside of Canada is good for Canada.
And just remind me, I think that we've opened up, is it about 55, 57 new sort of, I think, I'm trying to remember, offices around the world. I forgot what they're formally called.
Yeah, I can invite my colleague behind me who can give you a whole commentary on things that we've done to support export development. But I mean, I don't know the number there. Yeah. But yes, I mean, our investments in our trade commissioner services at missions and embassies around the world has been bolstered over the last couple of years.
Okay.
More boots on the ground, selling Canadian companies into these foreign markets.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful. Thank you.
Okay.